It's been such a wild ride. I've been filming with Nick, during Paranormal Lockdown and Ghost Stalkers and now Death Walker, and it's always been an adventure.
Right now, y'all want to see dead body?
Nick's gonna show me his shaft.
Oh, all right then.
Our journey started crazy. It's been a crazy journey leading up to this point.
Nick takes his time really laying out what is this storyline, what is happening here, and he then records these reenactments, and we hire anybody, honestly, who could play the parts, and we come out and we really want to show visually, because I think it's important for people to see what plays out. Why are these places haunted? What is causing the activity?
Beyond Deathwalker is something that we're kind of taking you behind the scenes.
I gotta film the guy that's filming us filming.
Yeah, sorry.
Not just what's happening on camera and what's condensed to the 44 minutes of what you see when it hits TV, but this is the other stuff that's happening when the cameras stop rolling.
And I closed my eyes, then I opened them up about this tall, a white nightgown, shoulder-like, dirty blonde hair, little girl just staring at me, smiling. And when I said hello to her, I turned my head, and then I turned back, and she was gone.
I've watched every bit of these last couple of days filming behind the scenes as a fan.
This is very important with what we're doing right now, with going deeper into the stories of the history of the locations and having reenactments, retelling the stories. And then all of a sudden, those people are having experiences.
Something hit me. So I was looking and checking, but it felt like down here something grabbed my knee. And then the minute I voiced it, the ladies were talking about how that happens. Like you get something that will touch you in your leg here. I thought that was pretty freaking cool because I've never had an experience like that,
So we want these cameras to capture not just my experience during the investigation, but also the people that are coming here to retell the stories.
Being able to shoot and capture all of this behind the scenes magic and being able to have a role in part of the production process is an honor.
Production is crazy sometimes. We go long hours. Nick and I sometimes have things happen even off camera.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I walked out here with like at least 50%.
Tell them what happened.
Just battery drained. I've just been out here for what? How long are we shooting for? Like 10 minutes, and then just drained by 43%.
I really like the idea that it's a small crew as we're filming. So it's me, it's Nick, Justin, his cousin. So we kind of keep it small. I also think that allows spirit and locations to feel more comfortable around us. There's not a ton of people all at once.
It's funny because when we get to the locations, we're starting to learn more when we speak to the owners or the managers or the eyewitness people that have had the experiences, and we learn from them too. So you can only learn so much from a computer or research and so on, but once you get to a location, you start talking to locals, the people that have been coming there, I feel like that's when the organic, raw elements occur in real documentary filmmaking.
So my role as production manager is to basically make sure everything flows, get the right people in place, make sure that times are being set, locations are being set. When we're doing the reenactments, actors and actresses overseeing that, and making sure that we're getting what we need to get done in a timely manner to meet production.
Remember that time? So when I first came here, remember that time we were walking to go to breakfast?
I almost fell in a
We were just
bush.
walking like that?
Denny's?
No, we went to Spot Coffee,
Oh.
and we were walking like this, and
And I don't know what I said, but I said something, she's like, and she did like this weird ass, and she went almost into the bush.
I almost fell into the bush.
I don't know what I said.
It was so stupid.
I just remember the first time when I picked you up from the airport to bring you to her after the phone talking was going on.
Yeah.
Like you were courting each other, and then you jumped up into his.
I jumped at him in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I jumped on him.
When I first started, creating film or documentaries and pursuing the paranormal, it is a very raw, organic, candid thing where you have to just be ready to roll the cameras, capture the moments, the funny parts, the down parts, the boring parts, and the exciting stuff that, comes with it, And I think when you have a paranormal experience that you can't comprehend or you can't figure it out, that's what drives us.
Yeah.
That's the adrenaline.
I think the addition of Tessa and her, her abilities as a psychic or a medium with her mental impressions, it just gives the show another dynamic.
I love watching Tessa. I think that her personality is fantastic, and I vibe so deeply. So when I was asked to play her, I was like, say less, say less.
It gives it that female dynamic. So you have the male with Nick and Tessa's, visions. And I feel like just being able to reenact her visions and then reenact the history, and together the chemistry they have, even they're married, but they just have amazing chemistry together during their investigations. And I always feel like when they're together, the paranormal activity always seems to increase.
Tessa is a fantastic, gifted young woman, and I am super ecstatic to be able to try to encapsulate her for the Deathwalker reenactments.
I've been given exclusive access to, witness this show being created, being made. And it doesn't get any better than that. It just doesn't.
We have people coming from all over doing costumes. We have actors literally driving in from other states 4 or 5 hours a day just to be here for one shoot.
It's, the two of us, my cousin Justin and I, and then Tessa, my wife, and then Dan Klass. And realistically, the four of us organically are making Deathwalker. Yeah. And that's the raw elements that I absolutely love, because I come rooted from that.
I feel like when we can actually film the most accurate reenactment that we can get for each location, it's almost like it's like a conduit of energy to the actual haunted location. It seems like, when we get something right during a reenactment, the activity always just increases at a haunted spot.
Don't get that on film.
For sciencing.
You just gotta get the wheel set. You're going faster, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go faster. Okay.
Is this all right, or?
You ready? Yeah,
so it should be good.
And you're slow?
Yeah, 60 FPS. Yeah. I'm ready. When
Hold
you guys
on.
ready? When you, let me know. I'm ready.
And hike.
You're gonna bring his face
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Son of a. Oh, that's fucking freaky.
Whoa, slow down. How's that look? You went 3 times faster than I thought you would, honestly.
That's awesome.
So you're playing the role of Nick, right? Talk about that for a second. How does that feel?
It feels actually really good because I do paranormal research and investigation, and I really look up to what kind of Nick does in the field, the validation that he brings to the field. So it's an honor to play the guy behind all this.
We had crazy experiences when we stayed here. We slept here overnight and had a lot of experiences. It's going to be interesting to see what happens this time.
What did you experience last time?
I slept in where the man passed away in one of the bedrooms back here, which was creepy. It was really difficult to go to sleep. There was just oppressive energy. It was hearing footsteps, voices, stuff like that, and walking around here. It just had like the feeling of something following you, which made it really, really difficult to fall asleep here and just kind of rest. But I felt very vulnerable because we were going for a couple of days straight, and just knowing that, having these feelings, and knowing that I had to spend the night here, it just really sucked.
We strive to try to be as authentic as possible, to these locations, due to their history. And we want to make sure that, we're not embellishing, and, we want to make sure that the owners and the people that had experiences in these properties years ago, that we try to treat their stories and their, reenactments and with, to be as authentic as possible.
Deathwalker is raw, it's gritty, it's real, and I think everything that we're doing is factual to the history of the locations, and we stay true to that.
Yeah, I think Deathwalker has also shown that the paranormal in general, it's not always just scary and jumpy and, evil. I think that the range of locations that we've been to, the stories behind them, it shows that the paranormal is more than that. We have funny times, We definitely have scary times. But there's also a lot of emotion that goes behind this. We've brought in a lot of people's real emotions, their experiences that they've had, bringing them closure and validation. And I think that, you know, the cool thing about Deathwalker is it kind of really encompasses all of what the paranormal should really be about, rather than just like tunnel visioned into one scary, you know, subject.
You know, when you have something that you film and then you condense into an episode, you also have a ton of footage that isn't seen. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get this unseen, candid moment that's unique access with Beyond Deathwalker. It's our lives, it's our stories, and it's happening all around us all the time.
Feels like something's grabbing on my neck.
It sounded like it said demon.
Something is latching on to me.
I don't feel it's human.
This is really intense.
All around us.
Trying to separate us, and it's finally going to get what it wants.